Welcome back, video creeps. I just got back from the theater. I just watched Halloween Kills. And I just want to give you guys like my quick thoughts on this thing. Like all the stuff, like while I'm feeling the way I feel, I want to share it with you guys. So like the video, make sure you subscribe if you're new, and let's do it. All right, first off top, I love that it opened up with the X. I also love that he's like wearing the dress from fucking 2018 the whole time. That was wonderful, a nice touch. I say it was a nice touch, but it was like, if he didn't do that, I'd be like, in continuity. He's like trying to get in contact with his friend, and then we see his friend with the fucking thing, but somehow we like hear his, that's just not how phones work. It's not even a gripe, that's just how that goes. Then he like runs into one of the cops that were there back in 78. And then it takes us to like this flashback that's just, guys, the way that they were able to display 78 in this and like the way that they show Michael, oh my God, it was so good. Frank is like the worst cop in the world. He's not a very good shot. He has way too much empathy to be a police officer. And we see him tussle with Michael Myers. And guys, the way that they made Michael Myers look, even though it's just a flashback and it's the only times that you see Michael look this way, it's so fucking cool. And something that was rad about Michael in this movie, in this flashback, and in like the 2018 setting that we're in for the majority of this film, yo, Michael Myers is so strong. I don't know what steroids they have Michael on in this movie, but I fuck with it. I am sitting in the theater just cheesing. So like just huge smiles, so happy. And like the fucking Halloween theme song comes on and I'm just like bopping my head. Like I'm fucking listening to BTS or some shit. By the way, like the Asian community showed up in my theater while watching this. It was like me and just a sea of Asian. It was like fucking Squid Games in there. I loved Tommy Doyle, gotta love him. I mean, I didn't love him when he was the boyfriend in fucking Edward Scissorhands, but oh man, that guy, he knows how to make a rousing speech. And the way that they introduced him was great in the bar, and he's kicking it with Lindsay. Then Marion comes back. Like, it was so nice to see all of these characters back. And yes, we knew that this was gonna happen, but actually seeing it, seeing this group of characters back together. It is unfortunate that we weren't able to get the original Tommy Doyle back for this, but their chemistry, it's like it didn't miss a beat for me. And in all honesty, they get a fair amount of this movie to themselves. You see cameos like this in other films, but it's kind of like, all right, they're here, remember them, all right, main characters and shit. This isn't like that. The movie feels very evenly split. If not evenly split, I would say the other characters actually get more screen time than Laurie and Allison and Judy Greer's character, Karen. And it's nice when it switches between the two, because you almost forget. It's almost like you're watching two different Halloween movies while watching Halloween Kills. And something that I love about when we do turn around and return to that Laurie Strode storyline, you can see how stirred up they are from the events of what they just went through. And it feels like a treat when you return to that original storyline that we're following, because you're so invested in this other storyline with the townspeople. You always hear about the boogeyman in Halloween films, but in this film, you actually see how haunted this town is. You're watching Michael Myers go into other people's houses and fuck with them in this really cool way. We see Michael in some like old couple's house and he just fucks them up. It's the way he's like slamming the old dude. When he grabs that fluorescent light and like sticks it right in her throat. Oh my God, it's so brutal in all the right ways. And it was really something to see Michael just like practice stabbing knives. Like he just emptied a knife block in the back of somebody's like backside. Oh my God, it was him just getting back into it. Like, it was wonderful. I like watching Michael Myers be a threat to Haddonfield. Another house that we infiltrate is Big John and Little John, played by Scott MacArthur and Michael McDonald. These they can't help but be funny. Like they brought so much humor. They never quite explained why they're called Big John and Little John, because those heights don't match up. I can only imagine that they're talking about penises. Something else that I really enjoyed about this movie was seeing Judy Greer as a mother. Like, yeah, we saw her as a mom in 2018 as well, but she really steps up in a really cool way in this film that I don't think that I got to appreciate in the first one. Especially because when I think of Judy Greer, I think about her on Arrested Development. Or I think about her as Fatty Magoo from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. It was cool to see her be a part of this lynch mob and kind of go against it, which is another thing. Like, I loved the fact that we saw Haddonfield get together in order to try and kill this thing that's been haunting the town. It's not something that we've ever seen before and focused on. And that's what this movie does. It shows us the history. It shows us the emotions of this town, and it also shows us the cause and effect of what a mob mentality can do, especially when it's not contained. We see them kill an innocent man in this, but the kills were there in this movie, and I really enjoyed it. Like the car scene that harkened back to like 78, seeing Marion tackle Michael Myers again in kind of the same fashion as the one in 78, that was really neat. The nurse dude getting stabbed in his eyeball, rad. And then we get like some kung fu Michael Myers action there. He like kicks the door and makes the chick shoot herself in the neck. Great. Losing Cameron was hard in this movie as well, because I know a lot of people were upset. We were like, well, that ex-boyfriend needs to die. But yo, I watched him in this and I didn't want him to die. I liked him a lot, especially with how brutally he like died. Like, I do wonder how people are gonna feel now, because with 2018, everyone was like, how couldn't he die? But now I imagine people are gonna be like, I didn't want him to die. Especially not in that fat, like just slammed down on the neck and then just awesome. That's the thing about this movie. There's so many like little really cool things in it. Like seeing the hospital just get more full and more full as Michael is killing more people. More of the town is becoming aware of this thing. It's fun. And then seeing Laurie, an old woman Laurie with her, there was like old humor in this that was kind of welcome and fun because Laurie is not young anymore. It was nice to see her be like, give him a double. And they're just talking about like, what is that, Vicodin or something? I don't even know. But it was nice to see. In addition to being kind of sad. Laurie Strode is such a strong person. I go into that quite a bit in my review for Halloween 1978. If you haven't seen that, check it out. But to see her limitations now at this place in her life, she's got a whole fucking gut. Like, she's every bit as badass, but she does take a step back in this film, which honestly for me is okay. I didn't need Laurie Strode in every scene for me to enjoy that she was there. I do hope that we see more of her in Halloween Ends, but as far as kills go, I'm okay with her on the mend for this film. The ending is just wonderful with Judy Greer taking Michael's mask and then like running away and then like trapping him in this just communal circle of people who are gonna kick the fucking shit out of Michael. And like Michael has like this fucking bring it on moment where he just like bends down and he puts on his mask and like, he takes a little ass kicking. Until he fucking doesn't though. Like one of the other characters that they brought back for this was fucking Lee Brackett. And I'm not gonna lie, I feel like his death was a little casual. Like he's one of the more familiar faces from the first film. So to just see him like quickly get his throat slashed when he goes up to come. FYI, guns, they're a range weapon. You didn't have to do that. And then they also kill off Tommy, which is a bummer. I kind of wanted to see Tommy survive into Halloween Ends as well. And I don't think he's coming back. Like, he got his fucking face bashed. I don't think they're gonna fake us. I just don't see it. But of course, the big one, and it's something that we knew was coming, they told us that an important character was gonna die in this film. And unfortunately, Judy Greer was that person, because she wanted to stand where Michael stood like a fucking dumbass. And when he came back to stand where he stands, homegirl fucking got it. And I am wondering what effect that's gonna have on Allison in the next film. She lost her dad, now she lost her mom. Fucking if she loses her grandmother, like who fucking knows what's gonna happen. I do hope that there's a time jump between kills and ends. I would like to see Laurie all healed up and maybe mentoring Allison so that way we can see her fucking be a super badass back to back with Laurie. But guys, ultimately, I enjoyed the crap out of this film. There were multiple times throughout this movie that I felt like I might just light a cigarette right now. It was so good. And like, I don't care if you have to go to the theaters to watch it. If you want to stream it on Peacock, yo, get it done. Because it was so so good. Have you seen Halloween Kills? If so, let me know down in the comments below. Just another reminder to like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'm still going over every single Chucky episode, so make sure you hit the notification bell so that way you can stay up to date with everything that I drop. I will see you guys on the next video. Peace, video creeps. Some roses are red and some are blue, so please take a bunch here just for you. Besides, they were on sale 3 for 2. You're the kind that deserves a bouquet. You deserve a bouquet. You deserve a bouquet. 'Cause you're my Patreons, yeah, my Patreons. Rebecca Reviews and Kyoko, Larry Sherman and Corey Stewart, Carwoman and Butcher's Grindhouse, Lord X-Core, Michael Andrews and Grimnir, Survivors Guild like Voorhees, Yo Adrienne, Leilani, Little Lady Horror, Jessica Rabbit, Leela, Rachel Marie, Prince Giselle.